Okay.
Why do we have Bleach up here? Let's get Bleach away.
Wait, why do you have Bleach up there?
No, because it's watch cartoon. Watch cartoon anywhere you go.
Hold up. So, have you heard the news going around?
I haven't. Please inform me.
Well, you have heard the word, right?
Hey, welcome to this podcast contains spoilers for Homestuck. I'm Ishmael Fisher.
I'm some girl.
Bird.
The word.
So we got a comment last video.
Oh, I was wondering. I forgot what the theme of this episode was going to be.
You know what? I'm just gonna pull up
so we can quote directly.
So I can quote directly. So this podcast contains spoilers for Homestuck, the hit podcast with 7 subscribers.
Woo woo!
2 of the greatest comments ever posted in the YouTube comment section were posted on this video. So that's reason for our 2 subscribers to really be hype about this. To the 2 people that listen to this podcast, get hype. Anyways, so comment 1 is pronouns plus Homestuck equal gay. Great video. It was a great video.
It was a great video.
And then this other one was ruumd Homestuck sad face.
I think we should start off this.
So
by
how do
asking.
we? So these no. Before we do any of this, we need to say this. These are important concerns.
No,
we do feature pronouns
and Homestuck
and Homestuck in the video.
However, I do think we should ask the serious question: is he being ironic?
That's the question of the lifetime, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, look at his channel.
No, I already looked at his channel. It's them playing Melee.
Oh.
Which is great. I'm a Marth guy, personally. That's what I play.
Yeah, I'm a Samus girl.
Let's see. I see a Falcon. I see a Falco. Falcon. Those are good. Those are good. Both fun characters to play.
That doesn't narrow it down necessarily.
So here's the thing. This is by far not the worst thing that has ever been posted on, I've been called horrible things in projects I've done in the past. This is nothing and is probably ironic because they misspelled every word.
They misspelled every word except for vid, which is whatever.
Yeah, and also we got the great vid, so I'm sure it's probably fine. Here's what I'm going to say. Here's just what first off, if you're watching this again and you know who you are, please post again.
Yeah, please comment again.
Try and top pronouns plus Homestuck equals gay. That's top.
If you top that, then you get a pin. You will pin that comment.
We will
forever.
pin the comment if it's funnier than pronouns plus Homestuck.
Yeah.
Anyways, so this is probably irony. Whatever. It's not the end of the world. I didn't take it seriously or anything like that. I just thought it was so funny. I just thought that was funny because I've had this idea for a while. I wanted to do like a Homestuck parody song in the same style of some of the Lefty Pole parody songs. One of them I wanted to do a version of "Losing My Edge" by LCD Sound System, but referencing stuff that was in the fandom back in the day.
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
I would actually need to know what that shit is at first.
That is the small problem.
I am a newbie. I am the kids that are coming up from behind.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to get
from Brooklyn.
You have to get
and London and Berlin, who are actually quite nice. I love Losing My Edge is one of the greatest. Is one of my favorite songs of all time. It's one of the greatest I'm getting old songs ever made. So I wanted to do that. But another one I wanted to do was a song called "The Ballad of the Conservative Homestuck."
God damn it. Forgot about this one, but go on.
Okay, because here's the thing. Clearly, look at Calliope and look at Caliborn.
Okay,
right?
I'm looking at him.
I am looking.
I'm looking respectfully at them.
Calliope is very clearly one side of the fandom. The kind that makes fan fictions and fan art in OCs, writes themselves into the story as a super special blood type that nobody else has.
And is honestly pretty goddamn nice.
Yeah. And is of course a sweetheart and very kind.
And doesn't like their body. The average Homestuck fan.
The average Homestuck fan on Tumblr. But then you have, which I think I've always viewed personally as like the more Tumblr side of fandom, Tumblr AO3 and stuff like that. While Caliborn, even though Caliborn shits on the fan fiction and the fan troll and all that shit, Caliborn is just as obsessed with Suburb.
Yeah.
As Calliope.
If not more. Well,
maybe. Here's the thing, because if Calliope is like making how to draw jade tutorials on YouTube, Caliborn is on TikTok making those videos where like a bus falls off a cliff and he's explaining how he's going to survive it.
Okay, first things first. My neck is cracked, but I'm a god tier, so that doesn't matter.
it's like a car crashing and it's like him imposed over. He's like, okay, first things first. Like, just like explaining exactly how he would survive it.
Yeah.
And that works for his character, and it's funny. But what I find so interesting about Caliborn is that he is unarguably the greatest player of Suburb in the world. In the story. In Homestuck proper.
Yeah.
Nobody has been more successful in Suburb than Caliborn.
Yeah.
Meaning, like you said earlier, he cares probably even more than Calliope because he knows that game inside and out.
Yeah, no one knows that game better than him.
Exactly. He's been preparing for this day since he was aware that it was something that he could do.
Yeah.
And in that way, I think Caliborn takes up a much more interesting side of the fandom. Not to say that I don't love all the fan artists and fan fiction and fan music creators. Just more of the theory crafting side and the, like, if I was in Suburb, I would do blah, 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 blah. Well, here's how this would work in Suburb.
Well, doesn't that, first of all, that would mean I'm Caliborn, which makes zero sense. Second of all, wouldn't that be taken up more by Arania?
Arania is more of like, I'm about to say, yeah, Arania is more the lore person. More Caliborn is the guy that's like, I could take him when looking at Homestuck, and it's like, I could beat John in a fight.
I could totally beat Spurb. Okay, but unironically, do you think you could get through Spurb?
No, absolutely not. But like, and also stuff like Caliborn only wanting to focus on masculine characters, and the only purpose for feminine characters is to be sluts.
Also, basically creating the idea that bards and princes are male-only classes.
That too.
Which is the best discussion about class specs in the story ever, and I love it.
It's all the stuff that I say, like, okay, this is very clearly 4chan, Reddit, places like that.
Yeah.
Which means, and I've done my time. I've done my time on all of these websites, but I've spent easily the most on 4chan. Discord and Twitter don't count. Because there's a certain kind of stank that comes with Reddit, Tumblr, and 4chan. But the one I'm most familiar with is 4chan. And I know what the other inmates were like, and I know how they thought about things.
Talk about it like it was a prison. Was it a prison? It was a prison.
I've actually, a prison's the wrong metaphor. I've always described 4chan as like a broken household.
I see.
It's like, when you're a kid, you don't know any better. You're like, oh no, this is how every website is. This is how everyone talks.
Everyone constantly uses the F slur.
And eventually you grow up a little bit. You learn more about the world, and you're like, oh no, this was an outlier. This place is a shithole. And then you come back in and you're checking, and like people are like shit talking dead people, and slurs are being thrown left and right. And you're like, oh, this is not like, this was my home.
Not anymore.
But like, I don't want to be a part of it anymore. Anyway, I always thought that was funny. But in regards to uh the Homestuck 4chan enjoyer, I've always noted that it didn't really seem to be, from what I've seen from like, archives and stuff like that, it always seemed to be a lot more discussing the story and like what's going to happen next, much rather than creating something new out of it. Caliborn is somebody that wants to understand Homestuck more, while Calliope is somebody who understands Suburb more, and Calliope is somebody that wants to create things within Suburb.
I disagree. I think it's somewhat more about how Caliborn wants to understand Suburb and the game mechanics of Suburb and Homestuck, while Calliope wants to understand the people within Suburb and Homestuck.
That is a much better way of putting it.
Thanks.
I agree. I'm just adding, but let's not act like she doesn't want to create shit too.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah. I'm saying this because I'm very curious to see how the average... Here, okay, fuck it. Here, I'm just going to stop being all flowery and just say it outright. I cannot imagine what is going through the mind of a conservative Homestuck right now. Like,
yeah, because they lost big time.
Well, losing implies that there was ever a battle.
That too. Considering that most of the characters were gay from the start, no questions asked.
But Dave, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave.
Of course, Dave's the gayest of them all.
I think that is the question that I would... I haven't done too much sleuthing on the 4chan boards, but I'm curious how people reacted to, I don't know, Rose and Kanaya going out or something like that. Dave Cat, all that shit.
Yeah.
From what I saw on CO and A and stuff like that, people, even though I spent most of my time on the music board, that's where I met Daly. that's where I met the people that changed the way I write. Besides, like, often when I would see them talking about shit like that, it would either be completely fetishized or, not the best.
Yeah, whenever I go on Homestuck boards on 4chan now, it's always porn. Like, I don't even go on 4chan that much. It's just the one tab on the
Nepeta Legion archive site.
Nepeta Legion, it's always just Homestuck porn. They split it up into normal home smut with, kids who are mostly canonical kids and teenagers, and fan troll stuff, which is, it's fan trolls, so they're obviously 18. There's no way they're that evil.
Eyebrows raised.
There's no...
They could be that evil. Anyways,
it's possible.
Anyways, so I'm just like, I was thinking about this because I know the person in the comments section, they're just fucking around, and that's fine and stuff like that. I'm not accusing them of being, conservative. All I'm saying is, like, was there ever like a conservative Homestuck movement where people were like, where it was like goddamn identity politics? I mean, logically, there has to be for June Egbert. Like, that just makes sense in my brain.
Oh, there's definitely people against June Egbert who use that argument, but are those people necessarily conservative?
I think if you're, like, angry about trans people putting a trans character into the thing that you liked and taking that fan character and running with it, I think you're probably leaning a little bit more to the right than to the left.
That is... Yeah, no, that's true. But, I was sort of against June Egbert at first until I realized, oh, never mind. Since at first I was like...
was this pre or post transition?
I think it was actually post. It was very... When I say for a very little time, I mean like probably an hour.
Cancel her!
I mean like an hour at most. It was, what? That doesn't make any sense. There's no proof of John being trans. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, wait a second. That doesn't fucking matter. She's June now. Fuck it. Whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's that she doesn't need a reason to be trans.
Yeah, exactly. Characters can just be trans, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about that for a while now, where it's like, Homestuck fandom, from what I've seen, and here's the thing, I could definitely be wrong, but I haven't met a straight Homestuck yet.
I'm trying to think. Okay, one of my friends, um,
If you're talking about the femboy, that doesn't count.
no, it's a different one who has read Homestuck almost twice. I'll just say their screen name, JTD19. Probably cut that out. I'll just say JD, who I think is straight. I haven't heard him talk about any relationship he's ever been in. He was all right with being in those cuddle sessions at sleepovers. That doesn't make him gay.
So one, and it's a maybe.
Yeah, one, and I don't know what his actual sexuality is. Never asked.
So
Plus, don't care.
yeah, plus ratio. So like generally, from what I've seen, the Homestuck community is very queer, very very queer, which is nice. It was cool to come to that.
Oh,
and I'm
God,
sure old heads can can speak and be like, oh yeah, after so and so, after such and such happened, it all went to shit and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm curious what a... Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't really care about the conservative Homestuck question anymore.
The fuck do you mean you don't care about it?
I don't know. It's like, I've just been thinking, it's like, I don't know, it's just like somebody, because like the only joke that I can pull from it, or like the only insight is just somebody being like, oh man, like, okay, you know what? Hear about this. Let's just make, I want to make the joke, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
We want trans rights are human rights. What the fuck is Homestuck? It's tough out here being a conservative Homestuck. There we go. That's the funny thing. Like, because I honestly I can't imagine taking much more from this bit.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess I could milk it out a little bit
Here,
more.
you hear milk.
Are they even still here? Because I know they were there before. There are I've read several boards on Homestuck on 4chan when I do some archiving, seeing that they say like, oh, Homestuck fell off, meaning that they were there, and they saw John do his quote unquote shit.
Well, I think
quote unquote on the heat.
Well, I think that's the thing. It's like Homestuck fell off has been said by every Homestuck and every Homestuck hater and every person that hasn't read Homestuck.
True. But what I mean is that they left. They have to have left now. June is canonically
now I know what you mean.
June is canonically trans. Dave Cat is canonically trans. Wait.
Canon.
But there's no character who's not gay. Name one character who's not gay. Or trans or queer.
I was about to say Jake English.
Shit, you got me.
But it's Jane Crocker, though.
Man.
Because the Snapchats are not canon anymore.
Yep. Nah, man. She's ace since no one gonna want to fuck her after what she do here. Cut that joke out.
Oh, man. Like, no, but I know what you mean. Homestuck, pretty much every character is queer in some way, shape, or form. But I think that is a good point. Anyone that has, like, left Homestuck.
And when I say left, I don't mean left how normal people leave it. Like, okay, I'm done reading Homestuck. Somehow they have a meh take on it. Still have no clue how the hell that's possible, but I've seen it happen twice. And then it's just sort of like, maybe they cosplay as someone occasionally. Maybe they just have it as their profile. They casually interact with it, but they don't go into deep spasms like we do.
Deep spasm means recording about 2 hours of us just talking about Homestuck and occasionally religion and Play-Doh.
Yep. But I feel like these people still keep Homestuck in their back pocket, or have completely blocked every form of Homestuck from them. If you know what I mean.
That's the thing. I've talked to a couple of people that were used to be Homestucks, and they're like, oh, fell off, and they stopped reading and stuff like that. And that's a fair interpretation. It's except for one of my friends who just completely misread. I'm not gonna say his name, but he said that the ancestors were. It was like when Doctor Strange was talking about the ancestors, it was just talking about like the shit that happened in Act 5, Act 1 again. So I didn't care. And I'm like,
Dude, it's literally the inverse.
And I'm like, it's literally the opposite, bro. What are you doing? Oh no,
our table,
it's broken. So so that's like the only one where I'm just like, no, dude, you're wrong. But everyone else seems to be pretty, like, it just seems to be something that haunts them.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
As I said in episode 1, people who dislike Homestuck will let a Homestuck know.
Exactly. Like, I have never seen some of my friends, like, get more angry when it comes to Homestuck. Specifically, only one of them who just gets, whenever I talk about Homestuck, he will do everything in his goddamn power to find evidence that that tells me that Homestuck sucks.
And it's like, as I also, like, we Homestucks know.
Yeah, I understand that the alchemy sessions are dragged out. Homestuck's pacing is awful from time to time.
Yeah,
but
Homestuck's pacing sucks until it totally owns.
But, like, I look past that. Like, I think the alchemy sessions are quirky and fun and have a little bit sauced up sexual
That's
stuff.
what I was about to say. Are the alchemy sessions busting it down sexual style?
Look, all I'm saying is that the alchemy sessions are... Look, the alchemy sessions, there's 5 in a Homestuck original, if you count the S Tricksters Alchemize. Depending on whether... It counts, yeah. And it's generally not that big of a deal in Homestuck. It's just cool weapon upgrade in a creative way that makes you combine things. However, in Homestuck fan comics, oh boy, it's an absolute fucking culture. If you make a Spurb comic, and it does not have, unless it's like another gimmick of some signs, like hell, even Spurb Speedrun had at least an alchemy thing, but like an alchemy binge session is a requirement practically. If you don't have that, it's like you don't have a first gate, or you don't enter the game, or some shit like that.
Or you don't, have a first time outside.
Or you don't have
monologue.
A sprite, or shit like that. Like, sure, you could do it, but, like, you're going off the fucking rails doing that shit. And not in a good way, since, fuck, I know a lot of people don't like alchemy sessions, but I'll tell you this. When you get to type in little words and say, like, oh, combine Granny's ashes and picture of the condensance, and then they do it and it makes fucking, like, a dildo, you're so happy, man. It's fucking amazing. The joy of suggesting in a fan comic is something that I use to manipulate my viewers so they keep on reading and hopefully don't leave me.
She says after she hasn't uploaded for 5 years.
Doesn't mean it won't happen.
Fair enough.
Hey man, I'm working on an S for someone's suggestion, okay? That's you think like getting a normal suggestion fulfilled, it feels good. Imagine getting an S of your suggestion.
That's
true. I hope that person still follows the comic and didn't just leave that and left. Cause ooh.
But here's the thing first off, another one of someone I used to date who was a Homestuck, their favorite thing from Homestuck was the alchemy sessions. Which is like...
I love this broth as you pour it into a bottle and drink nothing but the broth of the soup. Not even that. The broth is way too essential.
No, it's like somebody like reading a book and like, oh, I love the font choice.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like such a small thing, but to be fair, it was very creative and stuff like that.
To be fair,
I don't know. She had a lot of really like weird. Like she often seemed to like not care about character arcs and stuff like that, and caring more about like what something makes her think about and what she can take to then inspire her.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I love that font size, but over any character development, like.
Also, anyone that's like just doesn't have like an opinion about Vriska, I just always find so funny because it's like
it's weird. It's definitely weird.
Because like, hey, what's your opinion about Vriska? Like, and they're just like, oh, fine, I don't know, doesn't really do much. And I was just like, okay, awesome, cool. And meanwhile, in the back of my head, I'm just like, what the fuck? Because it's like Vriska's one of just like the most like volatile characters in. Anyway, sorry. And enough about other people's ways of reading Homestuck. Here's the thing: if you're still somebody who like fucks with Homestuck, either you're new like us, or you fuck with Homestuck hard.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
real hard. And I think that is an interesting question. Are any conservatives still
Yeah, 'cause,
any
like,
right-leaning people still fuck with Homestuck all this time later?
Because if you do, you have to have skin made of, like, I want to say something really hard. So my dick,
Beautiful. Perfect execution.
my
Neil.
non-existent non-existent dick. Because because like I said, there is no non-queer character anymore. So you have to be headcanoning over other people's headcanons, which are now canon, of course.
Well, also, canonicity is broken, so you can still have John, but...
I guess I'll have John. But, like, you're not pissing people off.
Yeah. I don't know, but that's the thing. It's like, when I think of, like, the Homestuck fan projects and stuff, assumedly, that if I dive deep enough in Archive of Your Own, I will find the conservative Homestuck.
Possibly, yeah.
Where it's like, what is it? What would be a good one? It's...
Equius should have totally fucked Nepeta.
No, it's like a retelling of like the Revolutionary War, but with the trolls and Bauer and Aridin is Lafayette, and except he's like super straight and not a gay man at all. It's like, now look here, lowbloods. I'm going to show you how to have a proper army. And George Washington Carcat is like, I can do an army just fine. And then, and also they get no help from Native Americans.
Yeah. Or the French.
Yeah, Lafayette just shows up and the French never get mentioned.
Yeah.
Like the Ben Franklin character, who I guess would be...
Tavros.
Yeah, let's make it Tavros. Tavros is Ben Franklin. Like, the Tavros character just goes off for a while and just no mention of him because we can't mention that he's in France right now.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Exactly. And then his self-insert is John Paul Jones. There,
Yeah.
Like, that's what I assume the conservative Homestuck fic is. Or it's literal, like, genocide and horrifying shit like that.
Yeah.
But like anyone that's still making shit today all these years later, like,
First of all, I have to get... I shouldn't, but I have to give props for the dedication. Like, after all this time, after in the comic, after in the headcanons, in the canons, in the fake canons, in the fun canons, every canon there's a gay character who's prominent. Fuck, how do you stick onto this shit?
I will say, even though early Homestuck does have some, fingers poking together problematic elements, Rose, from what I remember, Rosemary is not questioned once.
Yeah.
And everyone's just cool with it.
Which is amazing. Well, for one, there are mostly trolls there, including one Carapacian on that ship, and trolls are bisexual by default. And two...
True, but even during, like, the lily pad reunion, John isn't like, a girl and a girl? Wow, wow, wow!
Wow, wow, wow. That is true, though.
Or like, John goes up to Jake is like, you're gay? Wow, wow, wow! Like, something like that. That doesn't happen in Homestuck.
Yeah, that is true. No one ever explains that they're gay. Except for Dave, probably, who's like... Boom dibba boom dibba. Hey, I'm Dave, and I'm here to say
I like sucking dick in a major way.
What the fuck?
How do we find out Dirk's gay again? Is that literally just like your name is Dirk Strider, gay boy, haha?
I think it says, man, God, I really want to fuck Jake English.
And we're like, oh,
he's gay.
He's a girl. That's what's going on. All those Ask blogs that were like Jane X Dirk.
Fuck you.
Horrifying.
Fuck you.
Horrible.
Hate those fucking things. Anything that makes Dirk straight,
I have to say,
I hate.
I've been watching a lot of I finally was like, oh, fuck it, I'll do it, why not? Because I got recommended a queer TikTok compilation. And can I just say, half of them are things that I will never be able to relate to, and the other half I'm like, yeah, bitch, that's me.
Can you give an example?
So I'm like not the most feminine looking guy in the world.
You're a bit of a gruff boy.
And this is my voice. Like, this is like my normal speaking voice.
Yeah.
So I'm not like
traditional gay.
I'm not. I wouldn't say traditional.
Well,
there's
yeah,
no,
no, it's
there's
not
no
traditional.
tradition in homosexuality. There are stereotypes, though.
Yeah, you're not the stereotype. That's better.
Yeah, I'm about to say people don't assume I'm gay, or sorry, I'm not gay. I'm pan. You know what
I know what you mean.
Queer. I remember like very vividly when I was in high school. I just want to say real quick, we will get back to talking about Homestuck. Just let me have this.
This podcast contains spoilers for Ishmael's high school experience.
So I was walking down the hallway, and there was this dude with me, and we were friends. We were in a band together, and I remember he was like, "Dude," that's how he talked. Dude. How?
It was Tim Rogers.
she did. Okay, a digression within the digression. Pharmacos. She did the Tim Rogers head nod that Tim Rogers does every time he says "dude." He goes, "Dude," or "buddy."
Buddy, have you tried Heck Unleashed?
Yeah.
But
Heck beneath.
Heck, but you didn't
Doom
say
poser.
Heck. Sorry, cut that out. Side tangent on side tangent
so,
on side tangent.
So he went up to me. He was like, "Dude, have you, like, how much money would it be for you to kiss another guy on the mouth?"
Oh, it's this story! Yay!
Friendly reminder: we were seniors in high school. He was 18. I was 17. So it's like, and by that point, I've already kissed a boy before. So that was awesome.
Did you like it? Oh, that's for girls. Damn it.
Boys, let it be known, I will kiss you if you want to kiss.
I mean,
no,
like,
we did it in the middle of a parking lot because.
Well, I thought it was like at a Denny's where it was like.
No. It was at a Chili's, ma'am.
Oh.
I'm high class. Anyways, so yeah.
So it wasn't a curse.
So I've kissed boys before. That's besides the point. Anyways. So he was like, "How much do you kiss a boy on the mouth?" And I was like, "A crisp 20. It's like, bro, what? It'd be at least $20,000 if
like,
it was
Jesus,
me.
like it's your lips.
I just said, bro, like, how much do you think you're fucking worth that boys are lining up to kiss you? And he's like, but really, and he was like, "Oh, that's true, dude. But really, would you for $20?" And I'm like, dude, I'm bi. Didn't know what pansexuality was before.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm bi. I don't fucking care. And he was like, "Oh, dude, I'm an ally."
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but wave dash back ally. Like,
yeah,
that's
I've had that happen to
so
me too.
fucking
When
funny.
I was a guy,
my father took me into the city.
Ishmael went, as I'm telling the story, slowly fade out the trans flag in the background of my image.
We'll have fun photoshopping together.
But nah. So back when I was a guy, cursed moments in my life, I was in a class and this guy was making like gay jokes. And it was like, I forget what I said back, and he was like, "What, are you gay?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh," and he did the exact same wave dash back, "I'm an ally."
I'm telling you, straight people have one move, and I don't know how to punish it.
Punish it by saying, don't you fucking go back into that shit.
Wave dash back ally, and then the answer
And then
is that
wave
you
dash
shield, and you kiss him. And you say, "This is what a real ally does."
You really should have said to that guy, "What, you got 20 or something?"
No, I don't want to make gay jokes with that guy. Oh, and later on at the graduation party, I asked him, "Hey man," it was at his house, and I was like, "Hey man, where's your toilet?" And he's like, "Right here, bro." And he went, He opened up his mouth, and I'm like, "Oh man, being gay is so funny." To be fair though, water sports are funny.
I don't think water sports is directly related to gay.
Pee in my mouth, bro, is pretty gay, not gonna lie. That's not a straight thing to do. Straight men don't pee into each other's mouths.
Yes, they totally could, though.
They could, but whatever.
You could absolutely... What if it's a girl's mouth? You pee into her mouth.
Pee in her mouth? Oh, it's gay. What if you don't want to get her pregnant? You just pee on their leg. Anyways, yeah, so I'm watching like these gay TikToks and I'm just like, and half of them is just like, stuff that I can relate to. But I realized how much I do not fit into like, I guess popular gay. Like,
Yeah.
There's definitely elements of that. I love musicals. I like wearing more feminine clothing.
Yeah.
And I don't like the binary at all. I shouldn't even call it feminine clothing in the first place. Shit like that, basic stuff. But I do not like RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh God, I hate it too.
I do not want to go out clubbing.
God, is this gonna be the episode?
Is this it? Do we want to just not talk about Homestuck for the rest of the pod?
Let's talk about Homestuck. I'll talk about Homestuck real quick. So I found like this aspect sheet that was pretty good.
No, about the original point we had.
Oh.
Here's what I'm going to say. If you stick with Homestuck, so we have part A.
Mm-hmm.
If you spend enough time, part A. I'm not even going to try and do an if-then sentence. Part A. People who are still fans of Homestuck, active, proud fans of Homestuck, making fan content, after all this time, are typically queer.
Yes.
And from what we've seen, mainly queer.
Yeah.
I don't know about this with the people that have like worked directly on Homestuck. Like I don't know if like any of like the What Pumpkin people are queer.
Well, that's unknown, but most of the fan projects.
Yeah, I'd say the fandom seems to be mainly queer. Now,
Yeah.
people who left the fandom may be queer, may not be queer.
It's hard to say.
So, premise A. If you stay in the Homestuck fandom for a long time, you're queer. B, people that aren't in the Homestuck fandom anymore might not be queer. Now here's prospect C. Most people who experienced Homestuck were not queer before Homestuck.
Oh, haha, yes. Homestuck.
So part B.
Okay.
Why did Homestuck make you trans? Hey, I got the he, they in there too. It worked for me too.
I mean, it does. But I think your emblem is a little bit more generous. Your avatar doesn't exactly present you as someone who was turned gay by Homestuck. Or sorry, trans. Anyways, it was the trickster mode. I thought it was kind of funny, so I turned trans.
It was the trickster mode for me too. Okay, no. That's just a crude, quick joke done for laughs that should be taken more seriously. Anyone's experience of coming to realize that they are queer is infinitely more dynamic, nuanced. Our lives aren't just fucking this webcomic. Things happen to us.
Maybe yours isn't.
Well, yeah, but to be fair, I am a Homestuck poser. Stuff like that. We all come to our lives and the events in our lives in completely different ways. That being said, I've heard like at least 5 trans women's stories that feature Homestuck as a prominent point.
Wow, it's almost like you hang out on 5 Homestuck servers.
Now, that being said, most of the trans women I know
have read Homestuck.
Not only have read Homestuck, I have met on Homestuck servers. But I will just say this. The first time I met somebody named Vriska Circuit as their name was not on a Homestuck server.
That's gotta be weird.
And they were a trans woman, and they were super nice.
Oh god, that reminds me.
And you've met a Vriska Circuit before.
Yeah, as soon as I finished Homestuck, I was hot on the town. I was like, I want to go and be on a Homestuck RP server, since I was into RP, which I now fucking hate, because god damn it, I am never trusting another soul to write a story that's mine.
Exactly.
So I joined this Homestuck RP server, and I'm nervous as a goddamn butterfly during an earthquake. So I don't really interact. I just listen to conversations. And there's this one of this Vriskakini and this other girl making fun of the Vriskakini in general. And she says a thing that I never forget to this day. Vriskakinis are the weakest link in the fandom.
Then who's the strongest?
Oh, that's easy. It's people who fucking understand Detective Pony all the way through.
Oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are.
However, they are also the weakest and they are actually, however, the remedy and the poison. The Pharmacon.
I'm about to say, yeah, sorry. People who understand Detective Pony are definitely the Pharmacons of the Homestuck community. Of the link. Yeah.
Well, actually, shit. We're all actually pretty equal. I don't know. It might have not been the weakest link of the Homestuck fandom. It might have just been weak or very weak or some shit. Or the weakest link of Kinnies. I don't know. Either way, the Risk of Kinnie was pretty nice, actually.
Vriskakinis are very nice. I haven't met one that's an asshole yet.
Which, look, okay, Tavaros does share a spot in my kin list. So you can understand why when I see a Vriskakini, I get a little bit tense.
Fair, very fair. That's thankfully we don't live near any cliffs. Anyways, yeah, so that's my funny haha joke. But I think that there is, I won't say Homestuck turns you. It just reminded me of John J. Rem's album Heart and Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Masterpiece album, one of my favorite pop albums of all time. And you know the album, right?
No.
As things get...
that one. Yeah, sorry.
I will do my best to never get tired. Basically, the thesis of that album is... the story of that album is Heart and Soul met on Discord, and they're going to meet in real life, and, if we're just friends, why am I so shaken up?
Yeah.
And eventually they realize they both have feelings for each other and do a big gay relationship.
Well, that and the main message of the story is that the things that are quote cringe are a part of you and they make you stronger.
Yeah.
As the line goes, let the cringe become your superpower. No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, no, this album rocks.
This album
good.
Rocks so
it's
much.
So good. Oh my god. No, it's one of my favorite pop albums of all time. And yeah, but that's mainly the thesis. It's, do not let the cringe stop you. But it also has a lot to do with the idea that fandom itself kind of generates these queer identities. And stuff like that. And that fandom is necessarily cringe because it's the obsession of a piece of art that other people might not really find all that might not find all that worthy of all this high praise.
Yeah.
And within that, with cringe, I just remembered. Sorry, I just remembered a line, a thing that Giles Deleuze said.
All right, that's ought to be good.
So Giles Deleuze, the philosopher, infamous, one of my favorites. He had this great line where he was talking about the left and what separates the left from the right. And his main thing was talking about how anyone can join the left.
Okay.
Anyone could join the left, but nobody can join the right. Unless you are white, male, cis, and heterosexual.
Very true.
And that everyone in the left is a minority. Whether that is from your sexuality, from your gender, from your race, age, body type, or from your social standing, you are necessarily a part of a minority group. And when you get enough of the minority group together, you can fight back.
True. Yes.
That's kind of the thing. So I think back to that. It's like
I think women are still very much in the right movement. White women, white cis het women. A lot of the time, at least. Some of the time, at least. You know what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean. You know, I wouldn't say J.K. Rowling is a part of the left just because she's a woman. You know, there's a lot of factors that come into the minority making process.
Yeah,
of like, you know, how does a group become a minority?
I'm just saying, just because you're a woman doesn't necessarily make you a minority. Not saying that women are less a minority. I mean that I've seen a lot of cishet women say, "Man, when a trans woman's in the bathroom, talk about it's like Among Us," and then
what the fuck?
Actual thing that they said as quote unquote dark humor to punch down at trans people and get them in trouble. God fucking damn it! And they wonder I don't use the goddamn fucking female bathroom at school because I don't want to get fucking killed. Fuck.
All I can imagine,
it's a like.
No, I'm sorry. All I can imagine is just like this psycho going into the bathroom trying to find the trans woman and being like, "Where's the imposter?" Like,
we gotta vote her. We gotta vote them out, guys.
Imagine going up to a woman and being like, "You're looking rather sus today." Very bad. Bad, not good.
Bad.
Where the fuck were we? I completely forget.
Shit.
Anyways, here's what I'm trying to say. Homestuck does turn you gay. But oh yeah, now I remember.
No, it doesn't.
No. But basically, the reason I bring up Deleuze is because I think it's much easier for one to become cringe than to become based online.
Very much. Well, you can always become based in some people's eyes by just saying, like, women suck. And then everyone's like, someone finally said it.
But I think that necessarily cringeness creates a community that is much more strongly formed and is also formed up of outsiders. People that don't necessarily, or at the very least, I hope to God, because incels are technically a cringe community.
Cringe and based are very loose terms.
Exactly. I hate saying those words.
Yeah.
It's just cringe is a very central concept in John's album. But basically, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like necessarily, the Homestuck community is necessarily a movement of outsiders.
Yeah.
Even when it was popular, it was still a movement of outsiders.
Absolutely.
Of course, what's outside, what's inside. Again, very deep philosophical conversation we can have here. But I think when you have a group of outsiders, you get a lot more loose and okay with breaking what is considered the norm. Such as what gender you're allowed to be or what sexuality is okay. So I think that's why there's a large amount of queer people in Homestuck. And I think I won't want to say that a Homestuck is necessarily an outsider.
I feel like that's
I
feel like that's what it's meant to be, and that's why What Pumpkin is sinful as all hell. Homestuck is supposed to be a thing owned by the masses, by proxy. And if that makes any sense.
No, that makes absolute sense. Homestuck was like, I don't want to say Homestuck was our playground, but it was like definitely something we had.
Yeah, exactly.
And by we, I mean people that came before us. By the time we got there, it was already under What Pumpkin's dirty fingers.
True. But we still have our Homestuck. Homestuck is not necessarily What Pumpkin's entirely.
Exactly, yeah. It's, just, it feels kind of dirty when, like, it's being suppressed and reduced. When...
Go on, make your joke.
When Homestuck becomes a stage 3 mimesis and is restricted down to these levels of understanding, Dave has to be this way, Carcat has to be this way, or else this doesn't work in Epilogue, or this doesn't work in Beyond Canon. It feels restrictive, unlike something like the free range, of fanfiction, where, you can directly manipulate with the forms.
Like, yeah, fuck it. Carcat is a bit more like this in this book. Or I drew more from this interpretation of Dave.
Exactly. Fanfiction necessarily is the manipulating of forms. If I have to be a Platonist about this. Please excuse me while I Platonist out. Please excuse my dope Platonist swag. Necessarily, you are taking these characters and reducing them in their. Sorry, not reducing them, changing them in this form, and to firmly place canon as something is to put it firmly within a place.
Yeah.
Dave can no longer be in high school and a jock, and John can no longer be this twink.
Yeah, and I feel like, well, sometimes this can be detrimental, where it can change things that are really essential to a character.
Let it be said, you can change the forms too much.
Yeah.
Just because you're doing something cool doesn't make it good. Or different, I should say.
Like making John, like, be somewhat unlikable in some way. I'm not going to give an actual example. I don't really have one, but I know it can happen. But it
I can think of a couple.
But it can be extremely useful. Like trying to make a redemption arc for Aridin somehow. Or, giving Equius and Feferi more character arcs. Or shit like that.
Or removing the slurs from Cronus.
Yeah. What? I'm not. What? You think I'm not a Cronus fan?
Someone's mad. One of our -3 listeners is so pissed at us right now.
Shit, you're right. We're going to ask for the review back. I'm going to ask for this hour back.
Can I have my view back, please? No refunds.
But no, like it can take characters like Homestuck that has so many Crow, I think once put it, so many background ponies, so many characters that have the templates and the cardboard cutouts of characters, just enough for you to write that fanfic where Mulin gets her pussy stretched out by Cronus.
That's me leaving kudos on that fanfic.
Gotcha. Each clap was a star.
me down in like these completely unrated fanfics and just posting the Citizen Kane clapping gif.
But no, it gives these characters that have absolutely nothing. Not even the Dancestors. Let's go even farther. The Felt. Something more to be seen as than just background characters.
Intermission fans stay winning.
Exactly. Dude.
By creating their own victories.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of Homestuck inherently. The way I'm talking right now is based off of Detective Pony, which is a continuation of a gag present within Homestuck created by Dirk Strider.
Exactly. Like if I'm going to keep on... I should really start reading Plato again. I downloaded the complete Plato, like all of his writings that we have translated in English, and it's like 2,000 pages long.
Damn.
I'm gonna start going through that soon. Zam. But yeah, it's like it's a reduction to make things canon in the first place, in my opinion. Not to say that once it's canon, you can no longer mess with things. Yeah. But the fact that Homestuck had an amount of that Hussey had a bit of like Tempest energy where it's like, I renounce my powers and I give it to you, the audience.
Because he did that a lot during the actual story. What else are suggestions?
Exactly. Necessarily, that is, a collaborative effort. Actually, Before we move on, could you explain the genius of Jailbreak's first 2 pages?
Oh, absolutely. I love this. So, suggestions are a very, very powerful thing within webcomics. They can basically change... They can't always, given certain things, but they can drastically change a story's view and even do some pretty cool shit that the author didn't even think of. However, as an author, you don't want to get too carried away with this. You don't want them telling the story. It's still your story. And Hussey does this perfectly within the first 2 pages of Jailbreak. You stand in a room. There's a key on the floor and a pumpkin. What do? Eat the pumpkin. What pumpkin? It is telling, and I hate that has become basically a meme, but it makes sense. Because it basically tells the audience, and maybe I'm reading too much into this, that yes, you control this character. You can do whatever the hell you want. You can suggest whatever the hell you want. But you're still in my world. I
think it's... Yeah, no, I think that's exactly it. I think you're not overthinking it at all.
That basically, you can suggest all you want, but I get to decide what happens in this world. And I think that is a amazing way to fucking introduce suggestions.
It's how the second person perspective works in the
Yeah.
entire story. That's how Homestuck like is able to function. Like that and I'm trying to remember what the fuck I was about to say. But like also how in Homestuck, you know, you get to say, "Oh, Dave, piss on your turntables" or whatever the fuck it said.
Yeah. Piss on your turntables and beep like a goat.
Yeah, or you know, Jade, fertilize your plants and squeal like a pig. I say
Yeah.
that one because she actually does it. We come to these characters like after they've already lived parts of their life.
Yeah, no, we start off Homestuck very, very long in the chronological timeline.
Incredibly far in the
Incredibly
chronological
far in.
timeline.
Hell, incredibly far in on that personal character's life journey.
Yeah, 13 is a long time.
Yeah. Fuck, at this point they've already killed most of them have already killed the grandma or blew up a record shop.
Exactly. Yeah, busy lives, these kids. Yeah, I had just always found that so interesting. It's just such a great interpretation. And what makes Homestuck so cool, it's that, you know, it has that mushiness. Well, until suggestions stop. But like
Homestuck, you got that mushy.
Homestuck got the mushy.
That ass. But you know, and I think that the mushy.
See, you know what's the worst part about it?
What?
Try saying the Homestuck pussy.
The Homestuck pussy?
Well, no, you know, the hussy is too
Oh.
close to the hussy for me to feel comfortable calling it that.
The hussy and the hussy are the same thing.
Exactly, that's the issue.
The hussy pussy and the Homestuck pussy.
Homestucky.
fuck.
Anyways, enough about pussies. Let's talk about what's really important. Actually, here we go. This is going to be the question. I think we've talked about Homestuck, right?
We filled our Homestuck. What's the time of the video so far?
Time of the video, I think we're about halfway. Oh, we're a little bit more than halfway.
Okay.
So which means we could do this if we want to. You want to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race?
I'm a bit tired. But yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
now you have to
okay,
add
no.
in-
Before we do this. Sorry. You say your joke. You say your thing.
now you have to add in RuPaul Drag Race to the spoiler warning?
Yep,
I don't...
absolutely. Just the content warning in general.
Oh yeah, content warning, for sure.
Which got cut off from last video, which is so funny. Okay, so let's talk about some things first. We talked about this a little bit already.
Yeah.
Steven Universe, was it made for gay people or for straight people?
I wonder which one it was made for. With the trans male main character, a literal gay relationship, and Rose and Amethyst, who are both super gay. I
You mean
wonder.
Pearl and Amethyst?
What did I say?
You said Rose and Amethyst, but Rose is very bi.
Rose is very
In
bi.
a sense.
I think Steven Universe was in some way, yes, made for gays. But not in the sense that it was made for only gays' enjoyment. It was made for all people's enjoyment. However, it does have a very heavy focus on LGBTQ relationships and themes.
Owl House.
Of fucking course. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat that one. When she says the line as Luz's awesome girlfriend, that was made for us.
Okay, I agree with that. I agree with that too.
Also, Hootie's totally a gay icon.
Hootie is an absolute gay icon, and I love him. Okay, let's go somewhere a little bit more interesting. Have you heard of this? Have you heard of this webcomic called Homestuck? You can't fight it. We fucked up so bad last episode.
What do you mean?
We kept on saying you can't stop the Homestuck, but the video is called "Can't Fight the Homestuck."
Fuck.
So mark it down. It has now been 0 episodes since a "Can't Fight the Homestuck"
Homestuck.
reference. And like Homestuck, do you think it was made for gay people? I don't think it is. I think Homestuck was made for straight people, but has queer characters in it.
I don't think it was made. It was made for online.
No, you know who it was made for?
What?
Andrew Hussey.
Yep. Absolutely. I think it was made for neither gay nor straight people. I think it was made for...
Made for non-binary people then.
No.
Hussey uses they, them pronouns.
Hussey does, but I think it's meant for terminally online people more than anything else.
That's definitely meant for a certain kind.
Although I
sure.
think it sort of transformed into something else all along the way. But I do think that Homestuck is generally a story about the online world. However, I do think Hussey was sort of viewing it in a straight way when making it at first.
At first, yeah. Okay.
Simpsons
Paris is burning. Queer people made for queer people
or
straight
square people.
I was about to I said square people.
Yeah,
What's the difference between square and straight, really?
None. All right.
This is a difficult one because it's definitely
Because it's not made just for gay people.
this could be a very reductive way of looking at art. Of like,
oh, what do you mean? Yes, it is a very reductive way. You're asking me.
Maybe. Are you out of your fucking mind?
I don't know. Bro, you're asking me if a textbook is made for gay or straight people.
Okay, well,
I view Paris is Burning as a historical tape finding of how trans and LGBTQ plus members were treated back in those times. It is not meant for gay or straight people. It is meant as a historical text.
Okay, very good. Queer Eye for the straight guy.
Fucking that means for straight people.
Okay, see, so we have. So why is Queer Eye made for straight people? Well, actually, no. This is very easy, but explain anyways.
There is not a single IKEA shark in that goddamn show.
Unlike Owl House, many IKEA sharks.
Oh, there has to be one.
Yeah, but like the bootleg version. There's bootleg Dragon Ball and bootleg Metal Gear shit in that.
There's a Metal Gear body pillow put on screen.
I'm sorry. No, fuck that. I'm not looking through all of Owl House just for that. However, I will pull up the line where it's like, Luce, do you think love can bloom on the battlefield? And Luce goes, oh. Because Luce has played Metal Gear.
She turns into Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Yeah. Okay, Owl House is the same, but
but instead,
it's Ed, Ed and Eddie, and Ina is
what
Ed.
is this magical plate?
King is Double D, and Luz is Eddie.
The Golden Guards is the
it's that asshole. Oh no! So like the little gremlin. What's the name of the boy? Alex.
Fuck, I haven't watched Ed and Eddie. Anyways, the
no, but they're like the hot sisters.
Yeah, who's the main guy in the Owl House?
The
big
boy
bad.
Or the big man? I forget the name of the
bad.
big man.
Anyways, Big Man is absolutely Ed's brother.
Exactly. Psychopath.
Anyways,
so why is
so
instead of
in my opinion, since I think
we do agree there are no blashas in
what?
I think that's how you pronounce the IKEA
no, it's
shark.
called the IKEA shark.
No, it's in Swedish. Also, shout outs to her. She said my real name.
You can't you don't draw attention to it, just cut it out.
No, over it I'm gonna put like a horse whinny or something. No, you know what I'm now going to do? It's going to now be 1 second from a movie or like a song or something like that.
I'm tired. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm going to probably cut out all of this.
Okay, but Queer Eye for... Is that the one where they help the guy? It was like, boy, you have got to stop putting garbage directly into your veins.
And he's like, oh, but I love it.
And they walk around the museum and was like, why did you start putting garbage into your body? It's like, tears come out from his eyes, and he's like, and they're like, oh, honey, don't worry. And they lick up his tears with their cat tongues. And then they clean up his apartment, and they're like, I don't feel like putting trash in my body no more.
Oh, and he gets laid by the end of it.
And then a girl comes in and is like, whoa, get your dick in here now. Anyways, that went on a side tangent. I'm sorry. But the Queer Eye for a straight guy, ape by.
She's there's smoke coming out of her brain. We overclocked the computer.
Stop with all the
She has like 60. She has like 60 Chrome tabs opened right now in her mind.
Hit Control Delete, please.
Okay. Deleted. Chrome is deleted.
Not Chrome. Okay. So the reason why it is made traditionally for straight people
is deleted.
My dome. Dick is deleted finally. Testosterone deleted. I didn't know I could do this. But the reason why it's traditionally meant for straight people is that I have never met people who are gay like those people in that fucking show. I have met people similar to them, but those people have had aspirations and dreams that weren't helping straight people. All I'm saying is that it presents a very, very stereotypical gay, and also presents the horrible idea of the gay best friend idea. An idea that I hate because especially due to the, oh my god, pretend to be my boyfriend or something.
Oh, that's the worst.
It's like telling a trans woman, oh my god, pretend to be I don't even need to finish the sentence, and you already know how bad it is. Go back into the closet for me.
Yeah, exactly. Horrible.
I hate it, especially since it also persists the idea that a man and a woman who are both straight can not hang out with each other at all. Naked joke, by the way. You okay?
I've been wanting to do this for a while. For like 2 days. It was just like, it's like asking a gamer not to be awesome epic style.
It's very good.
No, because I was like, oh man, it would be cool if we did t-shirts eventually. Like, just like, dreaming of like my wildest fantasies. It's like, we'd have enough fans that they would want t-shirts. And I was like, what would it be? And he just thought up, it was just like, I listened to this stupid podcast, and all I got was awesome swag, epic style. And I was like, people would buy that shirt, right? I'd buy that shirt.
I'd buy that shirt.
Anyways.
In a sense.
But,
and I think
the queer best friend, gay best friend is very much a trope that I dislike. Not to mention, it's not like, it's the idea that like queer people are there as like a helper group. Not all queers. Some of us are out here trying to destroy shit and or grind. Some of us are grinding while we're destroying shit.
It's basically that you are gay, pan, but
I know what you mean.
And I am also gay, pan, but once again, you know what I mean. And neither of us are anything fucking like those gays. And sure, we're two gays against a bunch of other events, those gays. Basically, all my gay friends or queer friends don't fucking act like that shit. They don't do the gay hand thing unironically ever. They don't fucking help people ever.
Okay, well, hold on. My gay friends help each other. We give art advice.
Not in that. Wow,
no,
you have good friends. Not in that sense, at least. More in the sense of they're not there to. I don't like the idea of it being the magical gay guy who comes into your life and fixes your shit. Because I fucking hate that idea. I don't think that should be a goddamn thing. Look, all right, I'll be honest. I don't have much beef with Queer Eye for a straight guy.
I would say I've seen queer anarchists in the past who have had massive beef with Queer Eye for the straight.
I can understand, and on the fuck, gotta delete Chrome again. On the switch of a flip. Fuck.
With the switch of a flick.
My professor, I have a meeting tomorrow at like 10 at the time of recording this. And when my professor sees what I wrote, it's going to be SG, what the fuck is this? But I can absolutely see why. My real beef is on Drag Paul's Queen Race. Queen. Oh, God.
She's crashing.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Fire's coming out of my head. Oh, shit. Gotta get water cooler.
I will say this. Those queer anarchists also had major beef with gay marriage being legalized.
Wait, why?
Because they were like, legal, because they were like, marriage is a horrible thing, too. Like,
true.
They're like, we don't want that. We want the destruction of all marriage. And everyone's like, woo, slay. That being said,
gay marriage is a right.
Gay marriage is a right. That also being said, yes, slay. Let's talk about RuPaul's Drag Race.
All right. You want to start this off since I feel I've been talking for a bit?
Yeah, about to say if you got to get your power back, back, girl. RuPaul's Drag Race. I've watched. Okay, here's the thing. Paris is Burning is maybe my favorite documentary ever. Like it's like that and the act of killing. Those are like my big two. I love them both. Both are on like the complete different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
RuPaul's Drag Race. I wouldn't say it's like misrepresenting drag culture. I don't know enough about drag culture to properly say that. And as we all know, like, or at the very least, as we should know as queer people, drag culture is, and, runway shows and stuff like that, and balls were very much, they were important. They were a safe space of expressiveness in this time where you could just be killed for being gay. Yeah. Where our nation completely failed gay people and just let them die.
Okay, I was going to say ignored rather than failed. Failed implies that they might have tried.
Fair enough. Very fair. So, there's this thing that I said a while back, like super early in the morning, that sometimes I accidentally say profound things. This is not like me quoting myself. I'm not like that much of an asshole. Because many people have said this similar thing. But basically, the way that I phrase it is, if you were oppressed by America for any amount of time, it could be 400 years, it could be a century, it could be 50 years, it could be 70 years, it could be since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
You will eventually get your due justice, not in the form of any rights or any real fixing of your current situation, whether that's your oppression, your socioeconomic status, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It will instead be fixed by your minority group becoming the face of pop culture for like a couple of years, maybe.
Oh, the joys of cultural appropriation.
And if you want examples of this, blackface, I think, is a pretty good one.
I was going to say, like, jazz or rap or dubstep or, shit.
Dubstep?
Dubstep was black? Yeah.
Well, like, dub, yeah, but, like, dub was never as big as... No, it was, like, dub, and then a lot of, like, the dubsteppers in Britain were white.
Ah, gotcha.
Like, the early scene. Not to say that there weren't black people who were doing dubstep, because a lot of people went from garage, which was more black than people like to admit. People like to put that underground. Anyways.
But, yeah, no.
And the big one I would say is J-pop and K-pop. K-pop infinitely more than J-pop, because K-pop fucking exploded.
Yeah.
In America, the way that J-pop, I don't think, ever really did in the States. And for gay people, who, we killed a million of,
mm-hmm.
I mean Americans, I didn't do that shit. I would never kill a gay person. I feel like RuPaul and, of course, also gay marriage being legalized and AIDS medicine being taken more seriously were definitely a point of this. I don't want to be super cynical. But I will say is that Queer Eye feels kind of like... okay, we'll give the queers something. And by give the queers something, it means we'll let them... I don't want to say this wrong, because I know a lot of people really like Queer Eye, and I don't want to be a fucking piece of shit and just, like, shit on something that everyone loves.
Ish. We are on a Homestuck podcast right now. Trust me. Any judgment that will be faced... actually, it probably could be about this, but, like, I don't know. I'm tired. I'm sorry.
No, here's what I'll say. I'll stop being all flowery about this. RuPaul's Drag Race feels like, when I watch it, it feels like I am watching what a straight person thinks about gay culture.
Exactly. Thank you.
That's what it feels like to me.
It feels exactly like that.
And I've seen the ball. I've seen, like, the balls from, like, the 90s, and I've seen modern balls. And I know how to Vogue a little bit, and I know about ballroom culture, and I like all that shit a lot.
Yeah, but here's the thing about ballrooms. There wasn't a person watching those things saying, "Oh wow, gay people sure are weird and wacky."
That's the issue. That's the issue.
At the end of the day, that's the appeal of RuPaul Drag Race. It's not people being happy to see gay culture. If they wanted that, they would go to the real shit, like Paris is Burning.
Homestuck.
And Homestuck. It is looking at that and saying, "Wow, ain't that wacky?"
Exactly. That's how I view it personally. I'm sure
Same.
somebody really, really fucking likes RuPaul and finds it super gender affirming or queer affirming. It's just like, but just like, I'm sorry, I watch it and I just see like the most ridiculous, over the top flamboyant stereotypes
Ever.
ever.
Yeah,
And
like-
I'm just like freaking out watching this and just being like, so man. And that one, here's the thing. Saying that I don't like RuPaul and that it's stereotypes, this implies somehow like that it is a false gay culture and that there is a true gay culture out there.
Which is not
No,
wrong.
they don't exist.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as being truly gay. You can't be sort of gay, even though
The one true gay.
there's you know, if I'm going to go back into the Play-Doh, the platonic form of gay exists, right? She just put her hand in your face. She looks so pissed at me right now.
I guess, yes. There would be a platonic form of gay. And you want to know what it looks like? You
What
want
does
to know
it
what that
look like?
shadow looks like? So it's an oval with some spiky hair and two little nub horns coming out of that hair. And then there's the body and there's the cancer symbol on the shirt. It's Carcat Vantas.
It's Carcat Vantas, platonic form of gay.
Okay.
But no, but it's like, you know, but like the platonic form of like red.
What?
It's infinite. It's infinite. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Like there's no proper, well, I guess there is kind of a proper way to be straight. But like, you know what I mean? There's like no, you know, being gay is like this super expansive thing that is in so many different ways. We all relate it back to homosexuality in some way, but it's not all the same thing. We just all have the same way of thinking about it and defining it. So that being said, my definition of what homosexuality is has nothing to do with RuPaul's Drag Race.
Same. My version of homosexuality is, well,
It's girl pretty for you.
for me it's girl pretty. Well, I mean, guy also pretty, but like, you know,
Guy also pretty. I agree with the first part and the second part.
fuck yeah.
Bro fist, bump.
fist, sibling fist.
Sibling fist, they, them
Wait, no,
fist.
bro fist is. You know, bro fist is gender neutral.
Liberal PewDiePie be like, they, them fist, bye.
Evil PewDiePie be like, please don't hit the subscribe button and please dislike the video.
So what I'm saying is that the queer experience is much more varied than just Queer Eye. Sorry,
Yeah.
why am I keep on getting these fucking things mixed up? Much more varied than just RuPaul's Drag Race, and I feel like it doesn't do it for me. I feel like I
Yeah.
am not seen
Yeah, like
in RuPaul's world.
yeah, like cuz that's the thing. RuPaul and Queer Eye perpetuate. Thank you. I use big word. That's how you know I'm engaged. Perpetuate the idea of the Yas Queen gay, an idea that I, as an online gay, hate.
I'd say all I've been thinking now is like RuPaul's Drag Race featuring me,
It's just
and like I walk the runway. No, you know what it would be? It's that fashion scene from season 2 of Infinity Train.
yeah. Are you like?
Yeah, and I'm Lake.
Oh wow, foreshadowing.
And I'm the non-binary one.
Yeah, you're
I'm
the
the trans
non-binary one. I guess I'm Tuba. Oh man, that means I get even taller. I can't even tell.
No, you're Hazel.
No, I'm Tuba.
Oh my god, don't even mention that scene to me.
Sorry.
Oh my god, you're going to make me cry. Okay, I guess I am kind of gay. Did you see all that hand motions I was doing? That's gay.
Hand motions don't make you gay.
We both immediately did a jerking off in the air motion. Of course we did.
But like,
No. So now I'm just imagining just like, somebody going down on the stage, just lip syncing to a Madonna track and just going nuts and fucking killing it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, yes, it's perfect. And like, it's me coming up. It's like me wearing my current outfit of shorts, underwear, and hoodie. No shirt underneath the hoodie. Very important.
Very important. Well, same.
Yeah, but fuck wearing a shirt under the hoodie. And just coming out there and just like walking around and then just being like, yeah. So anyway, so this thing that Deleuze said, I think is really
yeah. Because that's the thing. Both Queer Eye and
just going up. Have you read Homestuck? Going up. Can I borrow $20?
Going up. Can I
borrow some money? No.
Can I hold it out? Because these perpetuate the stereotypical gay when there are so many different kinds of gays, because it's a goddamn human thing. And that's why I think it's important. This is actually important, because I think that representation within TV is mainly important because it shows people that this stuff exists and that this stuff might exist for them. Some smartass who tries really hard in school might see Illumity and be like, wait, but I kind of feel like her and she was dating a cute girl and shit like that. It presents these ideas to these new things. And I've never met a fucking big gay Al or anything like that.
That's another topic for a completely different thinker who
hasn't
watched South Park in 5 years.
Actually, South Park has changed, and way for the better. Clyde and Tweak are actually a extremely realistic and well-set gay couple.
But so, yeah, I want to make it clear. I haven't watched TV recently. I know there's some show that's coming out right now that's very gay and does gay good.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I think for every show that we have of that and every new South Park, we have an old South Park. Actually, I do like Big Gay Al quite a lot, but like...
I will admit, Big Gay Al is, I'll give them this, a good character.
Okay, how do you feel about Mr. Slave?
Well, fuck me. I mean, well, I guess some people like bondage.
I don't know. It's just like, it's like, is that gay people being...
You stop there? Are they going to say, how do you feel about Mrs. Garrison? Or all the other trans people that they monstrously misrepresent and represent as people who look horrible and like monsters?
No, because there's no debating that.
Oh, because there's no debating that.
Because you can't debate the transitioning Mrs. Garrison.
And look, I do think that they are actually trying. They talk about in a lot of their panels that, and then again, I don't watch actual South Park. I have better things to do, like watch King of the Hill.
We stopped watching South Park like I think you were still in middle school.
Yeah, but they do say that like over time, it's funny to realize, oh, I was totally fucking wrong about this thing. Let's revisit this plotline. Like.
Matt and Trey did that a lot.
Man Bear Pig. They revisited that plotline. Man Bear Pig is actually a real character.
Because Al Gore was completely right about global warming. And they were fucking wrong.
And they said, Al Gore, we're actually very sorry. And the actual episode does say some stuff about climate change through Man Bear Pig. In a sense. And I do think that Clyde and Tweak are a very cute gay relationship. They call each other babe. They're not overly flamboyant or gay. They are the same characters, which is to say no character. Just kidding.
You are about to get a South Park fan to kick your shit in for saying that.
All right, Tweak has a character.
Craig, no character.
Well, Craig has a character. It's kind of being a douchebag.
But no, Craig's character is being a watered down Cartman.
Yeah. Also for caring for Tweak.
Yes, very true. How do you feel about the Yowie episode when it came out?
It's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
Well, no, because that's the cute thing about it. It starts off with this shit, and they're not okay with it. So then they decide, all right, we have to actually pretend to be this stuff, and then we have to do a fake breakup. Clyde encourages Tweak to do this, and Tweak fucking nails it, but makes Clyde look like the bad guy. So Tweak comes back to apologize and says that you made me feel like I could do something. Mm-hmm. No one is able to fucking do that. I'm a nervous wreck all the time. And then they actually fucking get in a relationship, and it's beautiful. Not just for the town, so the town feels better, but for them fucking selves.
South Park's good.
South Park actually can be good. That's the best thing. South Park can be good when they're not making dumb jokes about forest critters who fucking...
Or like a PETA compound where they all just give dogs hand jobs.
Or a piece of shit that talks and does magic shit.
Or a towel that smokes weed.
That actually does some funny
how
stuff
do you feel
with
about the F slur episode?
I don't like it, sir. I don't like it. They, them. They, he. Fuck. I'm tired. I will admit, I do like... It has some good jokes.
It has some fine jokes.
It has some fine jokes of why everyone calling us a bundle of sticks, even though, if you relate that back to the original meaning, it's very, very dark.
It's incredibly dark. It's so, the F slur is one of the most... actually, funnily enough, talking about another problematic figure, Louis C.K.'s show Louis, episode 2 starts with a bunch of stand-ups playing poker, and one of them's gay, and then he's explaining like what how do you feel about it? I know some gay people don't like the F slur. They actually say it, of course, since it was like 2006.
Yeah.
And this guy does the stand-up. I'll need to remember his name at some point, but like he does this incredible breakdown of why that word is so fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course he says, throw them in with the other.
Yeah.
Gosh, a trigger warning just for that alone.
Yeah, jeez. And may I just say, though, I do like how in that episode, it does show that South Park has a legitimate gay community. Sure, most of them are fucking stereotypes, but they still exist, and it's kind of nice to see that.
Well, remember for a while, look at, adult animation before quirky Earthbound. Of course, you have Blue Hair and Pronouns.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty shit came out. Like, where are you seeing a gay character?
That one show. Fuck, it had that one.
Oh, Mission Hill.
Mission
Okay,
Hill.
so you have Mission Hill.
Did
MTV Downtown doesn't have one. You'd
No.
think it would, but it doesn't.
Well, they mentioned that
There's the clubs.
They mentioned that she's bisexual a few times, but
Oh, Chaka's bisexual? I never noticed that.
no, they mentioned that the goth girl was bisexual.
Oh,
They said that she's in a bisexual motorbike gang, which I mean it's never confirmed, but a man can dream.
yeah.
A they them can dream.
They them can dream.
It's foreshadowing.
Trying to think of that. Like Dr. Katz might have something. I haven't watched all of Dr. Katz.
I haven't either. It's a long show. I feel like Dr. Katz has something. There's a gay relationship in King of the Hill. Not sure when that came out.
There is King of the Hill.
Dale's dad is in a canonical gay relationship and interracial relationship. Didn't mention that.
Doesn't he say all you gays and so-called demisexuals?
No. It wasn't demisexuals. They were.
Sorry, bisexuals.
So it was a gay rodeo, and he had to inform everyone that because of course it's Dale Gribble. He thought he was a government agent and not gay. He went over and said, "All homo and so-called bisexuals," which I like that funny.
Okay, well, here's the thing. So, getting off adult animation for a second.
And yeah.
Sorry, no, you finish your point, then I want to blow your dick off.
Finally. That's not sexual.
No, like with a shotgun.
Finally. I do like how in South Park, even if it's mostly stereotypical gay people in that episode, how
that's
it's
the only way you're going to be able, that's the only adult animated show that's really going to be mentioning it.
Yeah, and it's good because it's more than one, and that's something that I like about it, is that it's not just the gay person. It's actually a group of people. And the same thing goes for fucking, what were the other shows? The same thing sort of goes
no, Mission Hill has the best gay representation in animation before Steven Universe.
Yeah, because they're gay. They're also
gay,
a couple.
and they argue. And
they're a couple.
And they argue about the condom sizes.
And it's adorable. That's it. That's the jokes. You could easily replace one of them with a girl, and you would lose nothing. Well, no. And you wouldn't have to change any of the jokes, but they don't, and that's what's great about it. Anyways.
Exactly. Anyways, so here's what I'm saying. So for every new show that properly handles lesbian themes and stuff like that, or queer themes in general, you're gonna have 13 Reasons Why.
God damn it. I did blow my dick off with a shotgun. I guess I understand you in a sense, but
I'm just talking about that scene where that dude starts making out with that other dude and just instantly pulls him down so he can suck his dick, and just looking for it with a death glare, and I'm like, that's so fucking
the
funny.
same guy who
Oh right, we're not mentioning that.
Which we're not mentioning that since.
Don't watch 13 Reasons Why. It's bad.
Yeah, it's horrible. It also caused a spike in
unnoticeable spike.
They have blood on their hands. I still I don't really like Adam, Your Movie Sucks. I love it. I mean, I don't like. I actually really like their content. I love their Adam and Friends. I think it's hilarious.
Adam and Pals is the only thing I can watch. That guy's way too critical about.
That guy's way too critical, and a lot of it is nitpicky. Like just stuff like that's not how it would work, or stuff like that. But I will admit, I love how he said they have blood on their hands and they're still fucking doing this show.
It's so fucking bad.
Anyways,
bad. So it's like, getting back to RuPaul, in terms of that kind of queer representation, it's like I don't see myself there, and I think a lot of people just assume that this is what is queer in a lot of ways, and that worries me because queer culture, and we've seen this with how, in particular, straight women, have interpreted Queer Eye.
Yeah.
Like, there's this one queer TikTok that I saw, like, getting back to that thing I said earlier, where it was like me crying because the man I love broke my heart, and it's just, it's that one audio where it's like, that guy screaming in his car, he's like, I lost her, my heart, and he has the, he has the hoodie on, and he's like, I lost it. And then just like girl realizing I'm sad over a man. Yes, queen. Of course, I can laugh at that because that's actually no, that's not even like a fucked up joke or anything. That's just what it is a lot of the time. Like, queer people are so valid.
Of course. And by the way, I guess I should just mention this outright. If you do act like these people, like these gay stereotypes, more power to you.
That's something very important that we should mention.
Yeah, if you act like this in any way, shape, or form, I'm not saying that you are not gay or less gay or in any sense of the term. You are just as gay as any other gay person on the streets.
If you're banging Madonna tracks, going down, if you're like blasting Lizzo while going 50 down the street with your acrylic nails,
in your
more power to you.
Yeah, more power to you, obviously. But you do have to acknowledge that you are not all gays act like you. And I'm sure you have. I'm not saying that you're greedy in your representation or anything.
Many different forms of gay culture.
It's like they only had one form of straight person in each show.
Well.
I mean, like, what do you mean? What? Like, all their personalities were just, like, the same.
Well.
I mean, obviously, we do have that. We do have, fans, insert show you don't like.
Yeah, I'm about to say, this is the fan participation segment. Insert show you dislike here.
Ed's World.
Ooh.
That's no, cut that out. Please cut that out.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You're going to get killed.
Please.
Why'd you say that?
I thought it would be
Amphibia.
Whoa! They're actually gay in that show, though.
Exactly. That's why I said it.
Pokemon.
Oh, okay. Now you're just being mean.
Your life.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, fuck you. You piece of shit. I'll kill you.
Not Beyblade.
Dragon Ball.
But Bakugan.
Dragon Ball with the sole exception of Tien and Yamcha.
That island in that infinite ocean.
Oh, wait. Tien and also Goku Black and Zamasu. Because people just keep on editing, like, there's like this one panel where Goku Black puts his hand on Zamasu's shoulder and just says, calm down, partner. And people just kept on changing it to calm down, boyfriend or babe. But they keep on shipping them together, and I mean, like, they're cute, but they're also eugenics.
This man is not black. That's all I know. But yeah, stuff like that. That's like, more power to you if you you are like that,
Yeah.
maybe a part of me is kind of sad that I can't pull that off, or that I don't have the balls to pull it off.
Not me. I want to. If I could stay in the shadows for all my life, I absolutely would. And also, if I would burn down.
No, but like be a RuPaul, like be a bad bitch, be a Yas queen.
The way I want to be a bad bitch is by beating up a transphobe on the streets.
That's a bad bitch.
I don't want to be a bad bitch by strutting my shit. I mean, obviously, I want to do that in private with my partner, but I want to be a bad bitch by fucking stomping on a turf's stomach until they vomit up their lunch.
See, that's the angry trans people.
Yeah, and I'm not the only type of trans person, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah. Again, multitudes upon multitudes. I don't want to try and make anyone feel bad for enjoying a show.
Obviously,
that's the dumbest thing in the world, to get mad at somebody for liking something you
with
don't
the pure
like.
exception of Epilogue and Homestuck Square.
With the pure exception of okay. Hold on. Just Beyond Canon.
We have a deal.
Shakes hands.
Shakes hands. But yeah, absolutely. If you enjoy the show and you have actual gay friends, or if you are gay, more power to you. Hell, I enjoyed Queer Eye.
I actually really like Queer Eye.
Yeah,
here's what I'll say though. I liked Queer Eye a lot, but I will notice the woman I was dating at the time.
Mm-hmm.
She was saying Yas Queen a lot.
That's bad, yeah.
And she was quoting a lot of she was like, taking stuff from the show and quoting it. And she was pan, mind you. She was pan and stuff like that.
Proof?
Did
she vent? Whenever I say proof, I can only ever think of like someone saying like,
Among
they
Us?
vented proof.
No, she showed her gay card. She did have it, mind you.
I see.
Wasn't expired. And that was just one of the things I was just thinking about, where just after watching it, it was like a lot of Yas Queen and stuff like that. And I remember very specifically, again, I was not as proud of my pansexuality, and I never even thought in a million years I would be he, they. And there was an episode where they helped out a trans man.
Oh, neat.
So and it starts, and it's so powerful because he just got top surgery.
Yeah.
So it's just great because he comes out of surgery, looks down, and just starts bawling his eyes out. And and the entire cast is just looking at him and just like, this is so good. And I was like, oh my god, Yas Queen. I went, oh, I mean, yes, King. And I was like, wait a minute, this is like just one of those moments where I was like, I'm just saying words right now that have no real meaning. Not to say that saying Yas Queen has no meaning.
You're just pressing buttons right now, huh?
But I'm but literally my engagement with my queerness at that time was pressing buttons on a soundboard. Fuck, I'm so pissed at myself. I've been pan since high school, since my junior fucking year.
Yeah.
And I've only went to Pride once? What the fuck? Well, to be fair, I obviously wouldn't have gone in 2020.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
Because COVID, and also because that was the height of the George Floyd protests.
Yeah.
And the queer community was like, no, we need a Goku spirit bomb. Send the black community your energy.
Yeah.
Their cops are trying to kill us too.
Yeah.
So...
or
stuff like that. But I didn't go in 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016. Fuck, why wasn't I doing that shit? And that was my only participation was these sound bites and stuff like that, rather than trying to find out who I was. And I couldn't really find out who I was, because the thinking is hard for anyone under the age of 26. And
wait, hold on, what now?
Yeah, I'm still dumb. And B, more importantly, I didn't have any representations that could say that a gay person could act like the way I act.
Exactly. And that's why we need representation of all kinds. Fuck, should we go right into how you hate feminine Dirk Strider?
Oh, that's man, you want to put me in the fucking fire? Okay.
Because to me, Dirk Strider is the you gay. It's a gay person who is a gruff man. Obviously, there are more people.
You want to know? You want to know why I'm such a Dirk Strider fan? You know why I'm an Epilogue defender?
Why is that?
You know what? I can see epilogue peeking out of my bookshelf, but I can't see like Dostoevsky or I can't see Cervantes down there. I do have my Don Quixote.
I forget you have a physical version of epilogue.
I bought it just for the joke, really. The reason that I'm such a defender is because I saw Dirk Strider and went, "Oh, that's me! That's just like me for real!" Like,
on God,
like, cause Dirk is a gay man, openly gay, only gay, maybe.
Yes, definitely. I'm firm. Dirk is only gay. Which is why the ship between Kananya and Dirk is the worst.
The worst. But like I remember when I first read it, found Dirk in not in epilogue, in Homestuck proper, and I was like, oh my God, that's me.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, first off, awkward guy. Actually, no. What am I saying? I want to say it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I've graduated high school, I have never, ever hover-handed anyone.
You always grab them by their ankles.
I never let them go. If you ever give me a handshake, it will be a firm one. If you ever get a hug, it'll be a real one. If you ever cuddle up next to me, I will put my hand on your shoulder. I have made a firm decision. It is infinitely more awkward to hover hand someone than to properly put your hand on their shoulder. That's my firm belief. Anyways, getting off that side tangent. Awkward guy who spends most of his time reading books that are too difficult for anyone else and not really getting all of it. And with computers, who likes weird niche things such as their siblings' movies and My Little Pony, who is very, very openly masculine. Now, don't get me wrong, every male character in Homestuck isn't like, a macho.
Well, I mean,
guy.
Picking the people who are, openly masculine is kind of hard.
Equius, Caliborn, Eridan. And even then, Eridan's got like that theater kid energy.
Oh, God. Damn it. Now I'm imagining
damn!
Oh, damn! Now I'm imagining Eridan like playing Megalovania on the piano and then like throwing something at the band teacher.
T-pose!
Shut up. Don't want to imagine this shit. Caliborn.
Caliborn literally writes his own screenplay. He's more of a theater kid than Eridan.
I wrote my own play.
Equius can't read, so he could never be a theater kid.
What are you how can he makes robots?
Exactly. But yeah, no, something like that. Like Dirk was just super gender affirming to me. Because I was like, oh, I can act like this and be gay. Well, pan, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Gay pan, you know what I mean. There's been at least 5 of those this episode. Yeah, it was just one of those things where I was just like, oh, shit. I can be that. Like, that's me. That's me. And it took me reading the Homestuck to find somebody that I related to on that tight of a level.
Yeah.
That wasn't, headcanon the fuck up.
And it took me reading Chainsaw Man to find someone that I relate to. Being Power, since I want to be a girl who is obnoxious and can kill you and can, is super fucking strong, but is still pretty hot.
People like muscular girls. That's making a comeback.
Did it ever die?
It went underground.
Fair.
Very, very intense underground.
Not even like muscular girl. I just want to be fit. Will I ever make any progress in this? I don't know, but
a girl can.
But my kin list still stays the same.
But the kin list remains the same.
But
that's my favorite Led Zeppelin song.
To die.
But the kin list refused to change. I was about to say that's either a Chrono Trigger reference or a Zeppelin reference.
One day I'll make my official kin onion, and I'll force you to make your own, and you'll be like, Dirk.
Yeah, I don't know. I like him a lot. I really like Dirk. I really like Dirk and Solix. Just both immediately grabbed me as being like, oh yeah, it's me. Yeah. Except instead of bipolar schizophrenia, I have autism and ADHD.
Yeah.
But Solix Solix and Dirk to me are like that, which is why I always ship them together. They're my baby boys. I love them so much.
Should we like actually show them the Cool Glasses Club?
No,
AMV?
fuck that. They're not worthy of it
I'll
yet.
censor. Oh damn.
No, sis, look, we have one subscriber right now, and it's our dad. Like, we can't.
We have 7 subscribers right now.
They're all our dad.
Oh my god, our dad is
Every subscriber is our dad.
I mean, like, okay, one of these is me, one of these is you, one of them always tells the truth, one of them is her dad. Some of these have to be actual people who care enough about this.
No, they're all our dad.
Are you guys all our dad? Oh my god. They're all our
I'm
dad.
your dad.
Alright.
Sorry, I just clicked around. I just saw the description for this podcast contains spoilers for Homestuck channel. It just says Homestuck fucking sucks, Lamau. So good. Anyways, but no, so like when people feminize Dirk Strider, I'm like a little bit like
yeah, because it's saying, oh well, he's gay, so of course he wears like a skirt and stuff. Which is.
And Jake's also gay, and I've always seen him, sometimes he's, throwing it back for families at Disneyland, but most of the time he seems to be rather gruff and, oh, dick! And
Ish, you don't just have a gift and not use it. I should have done that in my, I can't do a Jake voice. Oh, dick, God doesn't give you a gift and you don't use it? I suppose so. Now let me back it up.
Then let me throw. Oh, Dick! If I throw that ass back, will you catch it?
I have no idea.
You have no fucking idea, gay boy.
I need to fucking towel. God damn it.
So yeah, so it was just like Dirk, like it's like oh my ass bog. That's like Dirk, can you do a big sexy for Jake and see his reaction? It's like oh Jake, I'm back home with the laundry. And then the artist is like, oh, how do I make Dirk sexy? Oh, I know, I'll put him in a dress. And I'm like,
yeah, I especially don't like it mainly because like I feel like a lot of it spawns from the oh Dirk, if you were a girl, we would totally be dating, and that being like a subtly repressed memory within Dirk's psyche that's like, if I just put on a dress, I can get a fit of that boy pussy.
It just rubs me the wrong way, personally. And that's my thing. It's like, I want more gruff. I wouldn't call myself gruff. I think I'm a very soft. I'm physically soft. I got some tum on me for sure.
I don't know. I would say you're a bit rough around the edges in a good way.
Well, thank you.
Is that an insult?
No. I want people to talk. You describe me the same way people describe single malts. It's like, ooh, a little bit of a leathery taste, a little.
Okay, I'm not that mean. I don't call you leathery.
a little bit. It burns a little bit, but there's like a peppermint taste, oak. Like that's how people describe me typically. I'm like a critic going through a single malt, and I feel personally like somebody's. And like I feel like a lot of people critique me. I feel the way that I am often critiqued is like somebody talking about wine.
I do remember you once told me that your face is like a seashore that has been that has faced erosion over 10,000 years.
I compared my face to the cliffs of Dover. I am nowhere near that attractive though. No, it's like not necessarily we need more dirty gay boys. We have plenty of dirty gay boys. Look at Boyfriends.
Yeah.
Classic dirty boys. A fun dirty boy, a fun having rowdy dirty boy.
Just a little fun boy.
Something like that. But it's like, more people like me. Like that one TikTok that was like, are you like, where was that guy? I was like, okay, here, are you gay? Can I ask you a couple questions? And he was like, I don't see why not. The guy's wearing like a giant cowboy hat looking like Michael Guerra.
Also petting a cat during that whole video.
Yeah, it's just like, are you a Yas Queen gay or something else gay? And before she even says, he just says, your stereotypes disgust me. And I'm like, can I date you right now? Like,
yeah.
It's like, fuck, man, you're like, I was like, that's him. That's like, not to say that I want to date someone exactly like me, but it's just like, oh my god, that's me.
I still have one kid who's like, do you still eat at
Chick-fil-A?
At Chick-fil-A, and he's like, no, they're against me.
It's like that's another thing. Well, and this podcast has now become more art complaining about gay shit than Homestuck. But
Yeah,
hey,
Homestuck.
what's new for our fucking podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like people that are like, oh man, what should I eat at? I really love gay people. Like confirming that with yourself.
Yeah.
In the first place is already great. But. Oh, I really like chicken sandwich. I'm
I
just
fucking
like,
hate that shit.
I'm
The
just like,
most basic,
really?
the most basic shit.
Okay, you know
ever.
what? Here's the thing: we both love Raisin Canes, right?
Yes.
What if
No. Shut up. Stop.
tomorrow
Time.
Kane the dog shows up, and like at like a gay pride rally, he shows up at a gay pride rally.
Yeah.
And he just starts biting gay people. And the cops come and to try and get Kane to stop biting gay people, and Kane immediately rolls over and starts licking the cop's face and wagging their tail. Would you still eat up Raisin Canes?
I don't know the Kane's dog was real.
Okay, Snoop Dogg, Raisin Canes and Snoop Dogg recently did a collab.
I
Snoop
don't
Dogg
care.
doesn't like
Snoop Dogg's transphobic. So, look, okay.
They recently got Shaquille O'Neal to like post with the guy who started Raisin Canes.
Shaquille O'Neal famously loves heroin and giving it to kids.
No, Shaquille O'Neal, famous top in the most beautiful relationship of all time with him and the Dollar General.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot he was in that.
You're trying to think of Daddy Dom. Oh, Smith did. Okay.
Mate's right. Homestuck quadrants make more sense to me than real relationships.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, but I think we have enough stuff.
I think we definitely. I almost don't even want to edit this. Just like the part. Yeah, we're at an hour 50.
Well, please edit the part where I say your name out.
Well, no, they're not. They're not going to hear Dex. They're going to hear. There we go, and then we cut back in there.
Very fair. Well, guys, this has been a great podcast.
This has been a great podcast, but you're tired. I'm still
tired.
have to film some stuff.
I have to write most of a college essay.
Yeah, I think we're all good. So thank you for watching. That stuff I said last episode about the Patreon, actually, I kind of like keeping them unedited, so don't even worry about that. You don't need to give us any money right now.
Yeah,
we're gonna keep on doing this shit for a while.
Yeah. The stuff on Patreon would be like strictly pretty stupid.
Yeah, we'll come with some shit at some point eventually, but for right now, let's just focus on cultivating an audience and being funny.
Yeah.
Let's try and be. You know what? Next time, let's try and be funny.
Oh, I forgot to put my funny bone in.
Now she will begin to try. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.